Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to generate reports, analyze your customer sentiment, and use those insights to actually improve your customer satisfaction, all directly inside Mihu Assistant without pulling a single spreadsheet or digging through conversations manually. So let me start by giving you a little context on why this matters. Most businesses set up an AI agent, launch it, and then just hope it's doing a good job. But the real power comes after launch, when you start looking at what's actually happening in your conversations. Which calls are failing? Where are customers getting frustrated? What questions is your agent not able to answer? That's exactly what we're going to uncover today. So the idea is simple. Instead of manually reviewing hundreds of conversations, you just ask the assistant to do the analysis for you. I'll type in a prompt asking it to analyze my last 100 sessions, identify customer sentiment, surface the main patterns, and suggest concrete ways to improve. That's a pretty detailed request. And the assistant handles all of it by going through every conversation in the workspace, understanding sentiment, contact intent, success rates, knowledge gaps, and more. Now, while it's processing, let me explain what it's actually doing under the hood. It's not just counting calls, it's reading the intent behind each conversation, evaluating whether the agent gave a correct and complete answer, checking where customers dropped off or hung up, and identifying logical gaps in the agent's knowledge. This is the kind of analysis that would take a human team hours to do manually, and the assistant does it in seconds. And here you can see the results coming in. It's showing me a full breakdown: total sessions, inbound volume, average call duration, success rate, and evaluation coverage. Then below that, a categorized sentiment analysis with the main patterns broken down. You can see specific issues flagged here: intent failures, ultra-short calls where the customer hung up almost immediately, and knowledge gaps where the agent simply didn't have the right answer. Each one of these is a real signal telling you something about where your agent needs work. And right away, the assistant isn't just showing me the problems, it's suggesting fixes. One of the top recommendations is adding a human transfer routing rule to handle situations the agent can't resolve. That's a really important one because without it, customers who hit a dead end just hang up. I'll go ahead and say yes so it can start fine-tuning the agent based on these findings. Now it's asking me where to start. Instead of jumping straight to applying fixes, I want to first pull the failed session transcripts. I want to actually see and understand why those conversations didn't work before I make any changes. And this is something I'd really recommend to anyone using this feature. Don't just accept what the assistant tells you at face value. Take the time to dive into the transcripts yourself, read the actual exchanges, and understand the root cause. That way you'll have a much clearer and more logical sense of which direction you want to take your agent's training. And the decisions you make will be based on real evidence, not just a summary. As you can see, it's now pulling all the failed conversations and summarizing the failure patterns across them. We've got three main issues showing up: off-topic calls where the agent tried to answer something outside its scope, hung-up calls where the customer left before getting a resolution, and missing confirmation steps where the agent moved forward without properly confirming details with the customer. Each of these has a different fix, and the assistant knows that. I'll focus on the off-topic calls first, since that's the most common pattern. I'll say yes to adding a behavioral guideline rule specifically for handling off-topic requests, so the agent knows to politely redirect instead of attempting an answer it shouldn't give. The assistant is now pulling the exact rule it recommends and asking me which agents I want to apply it to. Here's where it gets really powerful. I have 39 agents in this workspace, and instead of going into each one individually, I can select all customer-facing agents and apply the update across all of them in a single action. And there it is, all 39 agents updated at once. Just give it a moment to fully process and load. Alright, and now we can verify it's working. Every agent in the workspace now has that rule applied and active. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.